you doing, man? What's that?
This is the best product. This is the wave of the future, baby.
Yeah, I was tripping into a whole lot of money.
Life is good in Harlem, baby. I'm not gonna let that slide. I'ma handle it.
So I dig into his pocket on my head.
I'm still gonna be the king. Be the king.
So I start my mission, leave my residence, thinking how could I get some dead presidents? I need money.
Real man takes care of his family.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Real Talk. Tonight, me and my co-host Bath Time are going to be discussing Paid in Full. How's it going, my man?
It's going very well, thank you. I'm very tired. I've watched a very interesting film last night. Looking forward to discussing. And shout out to Bilal. He's cheating on us with other streams, I'm afraid. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see why you love this film so much, because this is by far the worst one I've seen on this show.
Come on, man, that's a bit extreme.
By far.
So this film, Paid in Full, it was made in 2002. It's a crime drama by Charles Stone III, and stars Wood Harris, Mekhi, Phifer, and the rapper Cameron, which is pretty cool. And it's based on the lives of AZ Faison, Rich Porter, and Alpo Martinez, and set in Harlem, New York. And yeah, just let me know why you didn't like it, I guess.
What decade is this? Is this early or late 80s?
Late 80s, so like 87.
Late 80s, 87. Okay. I didn't like this for many, many reasons. The main reason is how childish I found the motivations presented to us. The second is that I have seen a lot of really sort of like gritty, realistic depictions of stuff like this. You know, The Wire, The Sopranos. Look, I've lived in, I'm from Corby. I lived in Latin America. I've seen this lifestyle up close. And what I saw on the screen was just, it is nothing. It was just make-believe. It's an absolute fairy tale, what was being shown. And because of that, because I knew, I understand it's based on a real story, but it's not. It's not. Nothing. Very few of what I was seeing on screen has any basis in any reality that I've been witness to. So I found it like almost kind of like insulting a lot of what I was seeing.
So even that beginning scene, right at the beginning, where we get like Woody like going into the flat, he gets beaten up and taken to the hospital, bleeding to death. You think that was wasn't realistic enough?
No, not at all. I mean, it's like, look, I tell you what it is, right? You're talking about the depiction of violence on screen. I don't care about that. I don't mind if someone's head gets chopped off and blood starts coming out, pumping. That's not what I'm talking about. It's the themes and the motivations presented are so puerile and untrue that it drove me crazy watching it. Like, because it's just not what reality is. And so it presents this idea of sort of like community and loyalty and all these things that we should be after, when the reality is nothing like that at all. And the people perpetrating this are nothing like that either. Like, it is basically trying to do Robin in the Hood is basically what they're trying to do. And look, I get it, right? It reminded me quite a lot in some ways of Sinners, where there is a huge emphasis on the black community and how it interacts and how they want to show that, right? Or black American community, I should say. That is, I understand that is part of the genre of films, right? That they want to show a very close-knit community where people get on, they talk to each other in a certain way, and they want to kind of idealize it a little bit, right? No issue with that. I think it's actually quite good that you see a culture that likes its culture, to be honest, on screen. But the fact that it's framed as being good for the hood drove me up the absolute wall. The fact that their motive, I mean, one of the bloke's motivations is just to have sex with more women, which I get, right? I understand that. But nothing about power, about the will to dominate, about wanting to live a life better than the one you have. And this is what drives certainly me.
No, but the thing is, it kind of starts off where you see Woody with he sees his friends, they've got the nice car, all the jewelry, all the women, and he's working in a dry cleaners. So,
which I liked.
Yeah, I like that bit. But obviously,
and then in a year he's running the block. Do me a favor. Do me a favor.
Well, I've listened to the actual guy that the film's like. The guy.
What, you believe a word he says?
The thing is, when you're in that business, it's quite easy to lose it all, but it's quite easy to rise up, especially with like cocaine.
Easy to rise up? No, it's not. This is the thing. This is the other thing, right? Is if you want territory, blood gets spilled. It's almost a universal principle. If you want to play football in the final third, you've got to fight your way there. If you want to open a store up, you've got to deal with competition. Yeah. At no point in this is there like a proper rival gang or police. Like all the antagonistic forces are from within the organisation, which I don't really like as a sort of as a principle for something that is, you're illegally dealing drugs.
They could have, I will say that they could have had more. They definitely could have had more threats with regards to rivals and obviously police presence in the film.
Yeah, that's one of the things. So you instantly know it's not real. Like they're having a bloody tea party, cutting up coke right into bottles, all laughing and joking and stuff like that. What really happens is that would be very poor women, probably just in their underwear at most, so they couldn't steal anything. Armed guards on the door, miles away from where it was happening, right? Like, okay, it's the 80s. Maybe they weren't as sophisticated then, but that is not how it was portrayed as this kind of community, family drug dealing business. I mean. If you put that in the Cotswolds and changed it to cupcakes, I could buy that and the general tone. But overall, I was disgusted at the complete lack of respect paid to the notion of power, which is what people want, and it's consistent across these people that you look down on the people around you. You think you're better than them, and this will to dominate is what drives you to the top.
So basically, what you think you saw was like a cartoonification of what it should have been.
Yeah, I felt it was like, because you have this sort of dichotomy, right? Now I understand that we've spoken about this before in things like Life of Pi and Amelie, that when you look back on the past, it's always heightened, as it were, and that's perfectly acceptable to me. Like, when you were your first day at big school, like all the sort of 17-year-olds looked like sort of something out of Greek mythology, massive, hairy, like they, and then so when you look back, things are different. But the idea to paint this as a sort of community service to sell the drugs. And how everyone is doing well because you're selling the drugs and you respect the neighborhood, you respect the people. It was a great time. It's just such a crock of horse shit.
So basically, this film, if it had shown like the lives of the people who were addicted to the drugs, it might have been a bit more palatable for you.
Well, no, it's because what it is, Tyrone, is it's presented as a true story. Which, look, I'm pretty sure that the majority of things that happened probably happened in a way that's close enough for you to say it's a true story. Like, these were real people. These things, like, really happened. I don't know if the guy got shot in the head. I don't know what that means, but, like, it's all kind of real, as it were. But it's presented like it's Robin Hood, or like it's presented as this sort of like idyllic time. And it's like, you said to me that you're a bit worried that I wouldn't like this because it was gritty and real. This is more of a fucking fairy tale than Richard Parker in the fucking boat to me.
Fair enough.
And so this is my main problem with it, because when I saw Miramax at the start, I was already a bit worried.
What, dubious about it?
Yes, because Miramax I know this, right? Because my love for Lord of the Rings. This was made about the same time as the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And I know I've heard the behind the scenes stories and stuff. I think that this film was originally probably going to be much more gritty, violent, and real. Yeah. And Miramax said, to sell this story, we need to make it different.
I got you.
Like, the theme and the tone. So I was already worried about it. And when, like, you get Avon Barksdale, who, right, I'm going to be calling people my own names, but okay. Avon Barksdale is the main guy.
A.K.A. Woody.
Yeah. But, he's working in a dry cleaners, fine. He takes the drugs in there, fine. And then he fucking meets Puss in Boots, who's like, hey, come in, drugs.
Lulu.
And I'm just, what is this? I was watching it. Like, he's like living in the projects, and then he sort of like opens his door and he's in the Four Seasons. And I was just like, this is insulting my intelligence that anyone would think that I would believe these are the motivations and the way that these people would act.
I'm sure Lulu would have been a bit more. He would have been more of a dangerous kind of character. He would have, in real life. He would have been a lot more.
Is he gay, Lulu?
I thought he might have been.
Yeah, because there's a very similar plot that happens in The Wire, where a dock worker. Spoilers for season 2 of The Wire. A dock worker. There's a drug dealer with a crush on a dock worker, and so he pays him like wholesale. I can't remember. It's probably heroin. Pay him in wholesale heroin instead of giving him money. And it was kind of similar to what this guy was doing with Avon Barksdale. And I thought, maybe that's where that comes from. And it was done a hell of a lot better in The Wire. But fucking Puss in Boots, man, I was just like, oh my God, what is this?
Hey! I had my own theory. I just had I had my own conspiracy theories that he'd met the wrong person on that particular day. And I think it might have been Jeffrey Dahmer.
Right, Jeffrey Dahmer is a serial killer, is he?
Yep. And
I don't do true crime podcasts, I'm afraid.
Fair enough.
I don't know a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Bilal says that he preferred this to Elvis. Oh, he means Bubba Hotep. I'll get out of here.
Well, it's not hard. Of course it's better than that.
Okay. Highlighting how it destroys communities, families, and individuals. Yeah, it's sort of. I completely agree with that, but it's also about how it hoovers money up from the community. Like, that's the thing, is that like these kind of like these sort of drug dealing organizations are essentially like corporations, right? It's difficult to get promoted and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's also very difficult to leave. Like, when you leave the mafia, they don't give you a handshake and a watch. Go, thanks for all your hard work. Good luck in your next career. But it's more about how all the resources from the community also get kind of hoovered up and hoarded. Like, you can think of it as sort of like capitalism. In some ways. I mean, that's what it is. It's capital enterprise. And I really don't like, as I said, I don't like the portrayal about how doing this uplifted a community and it was a golden time. I think it's fine for the individuals to think it was a golden time and stuff. And I really like the scene at the end You know, where he sees Mekhi Phifer again, and there's
Yeah.
some basically some pretenders trying to be them.
Mm.
I think that's quite good because that's kind of like deserved nostalgia. But the rest of it, it is a fairy tale, Tyrone, this film.
It didn't do well. It never done well in the box office, and they didn't even spend much money on this particular film, which is crazy.
I mean, it's got, in retrospect, it's got some good talent in it. Like, is Mekhi Phifer still a big name, or was it just basically when he played like Proof in has he done much?
I'll be honest with you. The only film I knew him in, apart from this one, was 8 Mile.
Yeah, he's brilliant in 8 Mile.
Yeah, he was good in that. Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah, like he's excellent in 8 Mile's a cracker. But like Cameron, I've got to say, if I see a rapper in a film, I genuinely don't watch it most of the time.
I thought his performance was really good, though. I liked him.
He's actually pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, I have to say, I thought, all right, fair. When I was watching him, I was like, fair enough. Because I don't know a huge amount about him, but I assume he's a New York boy.
His energy was amazing in it. Is he? I think he's more DC, but he comes to Harlem because he meets.
No, I mean the actor, like the rapper.
Oh, yeah, I think he's from New York City. I'm not sure.
Because I also think I saw Jay-Z produce this. I saw Sean Carter in the credits as executive producer. And it wouldn't. 2002, Jay-Z probably got money then, hasn't he, to do this kind of stuff?
I think Tupac was meant to be a part of this film. I don't think he got along with the director. I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure.
Who would he play?
I'm not sure. I think he might have played Cameron's role before. He might have been the man to go play it. I think Cameron only got $25,000 for this.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like, this is a sort of, I'm going to assume that this was a sort of like a big theatrical release in the, you know, like this would have been on thousands of screens as opposed to like what happens with traditional sort of like American black films where limited release on 300 or something. I haven't seen the Shaft movie.
Yeah, neither have I.
It looked bollocks. I think. No, I haven't. I've only seen the opening of the original one with Richard Roundtree. I've got to be honest. Blaxploitation films have never really appealed to me.
Not your cup of tea.
No, not really. It's just like I don't think that they face enough challenges in them. I know this sounds stupid, but they remind me a lot. Have you ever seen Ricky Gervais in Afterlife?
Yeah, I thought that was good though. I like that.
I didn't, because it was just, I felt it was just an middle-aged man just settling grudges, wandering around, you know, like humiliating like robbers on the street and saying what he wanted to. And that kind of like vengeance fantasy is what I see in a lot of blaxploitation films, where I don't think people suffer enough. That might be the point of them. It's just something I'm not particularly interested in.
Did you think? I don't know. It's hard to explain. Afterlife was something completely different. Did you think it was like? Do you think he was putting himself on a pedestal a bit too much in that?
Yeah, it's wish fulfillment.
Yeah,
it's like I'm exactly the same. Like when I go next to my Tesco, and there's a couple of teenagers outside, I hate going in with Sarah because if they say something, I feel that I've got to do something, or you know, but I don't. Because I've got all the power in that situation, I've got no power. Do you know what I mean? So I know exactly what Ricky Gervais is doing, where he like has, you know, he has an argument and he gets the upper hand with them. It's just wish fulfillment from moments where you feel extremely uncomfortable, and that's, you know, like, and wanting to say shut up in a restaurant, all that stuff. It's like okay, he's off. It's a bit like Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's kind of it's the way you wish you could be. Like it's how you wish you could sort of live your life, but you're not allowed to, if that makes sense. I haven't seen any of those films, I'm afraid.
Baby Boy's good, yeah. Baby Boy's really good.
Are these kind of like 90s, 2000 films starring rappers?
That was a 2000 film. I think he was in that film. Who's in that? It's Tyrese is in it. You know the guy from Fast and Furious.
Tyrese Gibson.
Yeah, he's in it, and Omar Epps.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really good film.
I haven't seen it. To be honest, I actually think it's pretty disgraceful that Black Americans don't even get their own actors. They get rappers being put in.
I think Snoop Dogg was in it as well.
Snoop Dogg. Can you imagine if you had like a British black like film community and it only had like Stormzy, Richard Blackwood, and Dave or something?
Yeah.
Like no one else was allowed in it. It's so dumb.
But that's why I never really got into the whole Top Boy thing on Netflix, because I thought that you're just putting a load of MC artists on it. It's shit.
Yeah, it's so solid crew, isn't it?
Yeah, it's rubbish.
Like Romeo Dunn.
Yeah.
I've never seen. I do actually want to watch Top Boy, but I always find British TV that tries to do that kind of genre, it just never kind of gets it right for me. So you can't do car explosions.
No, I'll be honest with you. Top Boy was good, but then when Drake got involved, he changed it massively, and it just ruined it.
Oh my God. Was that when he came and did... Do you remember when he got the whole grime scene to be backup dancers to it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get Drake. To be honest, I don't get Kendrick Lamar either.
I thought you'd find him talented.
Not really. I mean, he's not like untalented or something, but like my sort of like rap is East and West Coast like 90s. I think like, and so and I'm not wildly into it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like, I know what ether is and stuff like that, but I'm not going to present myself as a sort of an expert on it. But like, I just find that it was really good then. It's like, do you know who I really like, who I think should get more credit? It's MF Doom.
Not a fan.
Are you not? Do you know he was British?
I didn't know that.
He was born in Britain, lived his whole life in America, and then they wouldn't let him back in. So he had to live here for like the last couple of years. But yeah, no, I thought MF Doom was good, and I really like Nas. Because Nas is a storyteller.
Oh, Nas is amazing. He's my favourite, I think. Him and... I think he's number one for me.
Oh, is it as well?
I prefer him to Jay-Z.
Yes. But what I always loved is, do you remember when everyone made fun of Harry Maguire's mum for telling people to get off his back? No one ever brings up the fact Jay-Z's mum had to ring up to ask Nas just to stop it. That he'd gone too far. No one ever brings that up. But yeah, this is where my idea for, like they've made Troy, or they're making the Odyssey this summer.
Yeah. I'm not looking. Oh, I am looking forward to it, but please don't ruin it.
Oh, look, it's. I mean, it's already got political because they cast a black woman as Helen of Troy, which
really.
Yeah. Is it Lupita with the British girl out of Black Panther and 12 Years a Slave?
Why? Oh, for God's sake.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, look, fine, but that just feels like, I don't want to be rude because she is a good actress, but that just feels like a bit of DEI, a bit of kind of like, it just feels patronising to me.
It's a tick box again.
Yeah, but how about this for a film? The story of the Odyssey, the story of the Iliad, so Battle of Troy, Trojan Horse, but 1990s New York, and the Greeks are the West Coast, and they come over. Wouldn't that be so cool as a film?
No, but it would be. But I'm thinking more. I'd do Romeo and Juliet based on that.
Yo, that's a really good idea, isn't it?
That's what I would do. I'd do New York, East and West Coast. And the West Coast can be the Capulets and the Montagues are East Coast. That's what I would do. I'd do that.
Oh my God, that's such a good idea.
That would be sick.
She could be that would be really, really good. I would love that. And I think also that's a really good way to sort of like update and modernize for a good reason stuff.
I'd love to play Tybalt, Tybalt is a great character.
Who have you played in Romeo and Juliet? Have you done a production of it?
No, I've never done I've always wanted to. People have always told me it's the worst one. It's the most generic. But I said it's not. It's one of the best. I like it.
And you're going to get more people going to watch that than you are The Tempest.
Exactly, yeah. But I like the whole thing. Like you've got Capulets and Montagues who don't like each other.
Yeah, it's just it's so understandable, isn't it? It's like, I mean, how often? I mean, I think even in Red Dead Redemption 2, one of the main storylines is two warring families.
Exactly.
It's such a sort of universal thing. And this is the other thing I didn't like about Paid in Full, is because they concentrated on the surface stuff of like the Black American experience. I felt that the things that connect people, such as lust for power, hubris, I felt all these things being kind of thank you, Bart. I hope you're doing well. I felt that all these things that were brushed under the carpet made it far harder for me to connect with these characters. Even stuff like, you know, where he's working in the dry cleaners.
Yeah.
I thought, good job that, you know, like I imagine a lot of people would want that job, but it didn't sort of show anything like his boredom or stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Or it didn't show how he wasn't getting paid enough money, and a little bit of greed comes in when he sees Mekhi Phifer like pissing about on bikes and stuff. Like it just. It never. I don't think that it makes any effort to connect with the primal side that drives so much of this behaviour.
I think there could have been like something in there, like, you know, he needs money for the rent, his mum's struggling, and the job's not cutting it. You know, something like that could have.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I actually prefer greed as the motivator, but I think you're right there, like, because he doesn't have a dad, does he?
No, that's the thing. No problem.
Yeah, okay. And then he's got like Calvin dressed as who I call Del Boy.
And the thing is, Calvin's the one. He's just taking the piss out of him constantly, saying,
I mean,
he's like a devil, isn't he? He's like the devil, the serpent, offering temptation.
You tell me that you don't think you could take Calvin with one hand behind your back. I've never seen someone carry less threat in a film.
Fair enough.
Am I being unfair? That I had similar feelings about Kendrick Lamar when I look at him and think I could do what I want to you.
What, too small?
Yeah, like breedable. But I looked at Calvin and I thought, you act this way when you're a 60-year-old mob boss surrounded by goons.
Yeah.
You cannot walk around being as weak and unthreatening you are, having your entire bank balance, wearing everything you own. It's utterly ridiculous.
What did you think about the scene where he's in the dry cleaners and the guy says, "Nah, sorry, I've got no change"? Because he's basically arrogant and he's like, "Look, why don't you take this and keep the change?"
Cartoonish again.
Yeah.
It's like, we know that money, respect, and power are the most important things in this game, right? Okay. If you cannot disrespect people and expect to get away with it, so there's a bit where someone is like just hollering out the side of their car, like no scrubs. What did it, Bilal? Let us know what you thought of this film. I know you're in and out, as it were, but let us know what you thought, because I know you prefer it to Bubba Hotep. Fine, everyone's different. It's a wide life is a big tapestry, but like, am I being harsh on this film? Because when Tyrone brings up the guy coming into the dry cleaners, it's another example of it not being real and it being cartoony, because no one acts like this. No one does that. I know what the point of the scene is, but it's just too ridiculous to take.
No, but the thing is, though, Bath Time, the thing is, I disagree, because I think the problem is, in the hood, and even people you see in like South London, people do act ridiculous like this, because it's when people have got money, they do change. They turn into fools when they get a bit of money in their pocket. They don't respect the value of money. That's for sure.
Okay, I will address that. I just want to make a better joke than Bilal has. He called the sequel to this film is called Paid in Half. It's Paid Overtime. That's the sequel to that. Would have to be the sequel. Come on, Bilal. Bilal made a really good joke on Jarvis's stream the other day.
Did he?
And then he followed it up by quoting an Eminem line and asking if I got the reference.
Oh no!
It was like, there's no Mekhi Phifer was the reference. I've never heard of it.
Oh no!
But yeah, okay. So it's not for me. I understand the point you're making about don't have respect for money. It's actually a little bit deeper to me. That what it is that they don't have respect for your time. Time is money, right? It's basically you get paid for how valuable your time is. And so when people are like fucking about with money, like, lighting it on fire or throwing it around or whatever, the implication to me is that you're essentially worthless because this that's do you see that? I think there's a slight distinction, and I think that's exactly what Cameron is what Del Boy is doing in this case. Like, I think you're right. That's the point where it's like, this is just chump change to me. It doesn't mean anything. But he's doing it to his girlfriend's brother in public, which odd move. He's doing it to a legitimate business owner, and what I know, what he should be thinking is this is a place I can launder money, and I shouldn't be shitting where I eat, and so it's just stuff like that where I think this is a cartoon. Who's Chip McBridge?
I've never heard of him.
I'm going to guess he is the owner of the dry cleaners, because I have to say I did find it very funny when he picked up the phone and went bring, and he went, hello, Nigels, and I found that extremely funny. That's how I'm gonna use Nigels for the N-word in this, because we're not allowed to say it, and I don't say it, and neither do you, Tyrone. Not in public, anyway. Not on YouTube, anyway.
No.
But they do love saying that word in this film.
Yeah, well, it's just it's nothing new when you've listened to like rap music and
but it felt really kind of forced to me. Like, it felt, I kind of felt that was how they were trying to make it gritty. Was just calling everyone a Nigel the whole time.
It's just an everyday word over there.
I have absolutely no idea, but like, do you think it is?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you get it. I used to get it in school all the time. People would call each other it and that sort of stuff. So. Not me.
That's awful, isn't it? The Americanization of British education.
Yeah, me. It was never something I liked. I told people not to do it. I didn't like it. I've never liked the word, but everyone's different.
Yeah, I just don't like Americans importing their issues onto us, to be honest. Yes, Bilal, money laundering at the laundrette, cash only business.
Or barbershop.
Yeah. Anything that's cash only, you can money launder in much more easily. Like, and so do you see what I mean? Like, my point is that is what a real businessman is thinking about. Yeah. He's not thinking about humiliating his girlfriend's brother, and the actual, probably one of the only really upstanding characters in the film is the guy running his dry cleaning business successfully. But
even in the scene later when Calvin goes to her house, like goes to Wood's house.
Oh God, yeah.
And he's like he gives the mum money for groceries.
Fine.
Yeah, and then he's like, we're gonna go out and eat, because he just thinks he's the big I am. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like, he's such a weak character, right? Yeah. He's a joke, but but he's not treated as a joke. I mean, he ends up, he's the driver behind the robbery, basically, isn't he?
Exactly.
But it's just, I understand that his narrative point is to show Avon Barksdale how not to act, right? But Avon Barksdale just feels so passive in this film to me that I cannot believe that character would go from would meet Puss in Boots and then run Harlem in a year.
Do you think it was the wrong casting? Do you think he was a bit too wooden? Like, no pun intended.
Yeah. Look, that actor plays one of the greatest television characters ever, Avon Barksdale in The Wire. He is utterly incredible. If I hadn't seen The Wire, I would say that that's one of the worst performances I've seen from an actor.
Yeah.
Like on this show. I can't make that joke. But I think Mekhi Phifer, we know Mekhi Phifer is a good charismatic actor. I think he's great in this. I think his part is dreadful. But I think he does it well. Cameron, as I said, I think he's pretty good. But Avon, I think you want him. It's similar to Del Boy. He doesn't carry enough silent threat. Do you know what I mean? He feels like an accountant. Like that, he's the guy who should be working for he should be working for Cameron. Because Cameron, to be fair to him, carries threat.
Well, we're talking about this film, but luckily, I think they're bringing out a series. 50 Cent is going to be in charge of a series.
On this story.
Based on Paid in Full. So hopefully
it'll be brilliant.
Will be better. Yeah.
It'll be brilliant. Look, the story isn't the problem. The thing is, for me, I think one thing that's quite telling is that Scarface is referenced quite a lot in this film.
Yeah.
I think Scarface, and I'm very sorry, I think it's a dreadful film. It's another cartoon about, a Puerto Rican, or is he Cuban? Puerto Rican?
No, he's from Cuba.
Right, he's a Cuban. He turns up and he's running Miami in a year. Do me a favor. Yeah. That doesn't happen. Right? And it's based on a film from the 30s. Okay? Like, it's a remake, Scarface. That's not a real story or anything.
I think American Gangster's better than Scarface. I love it.
Yes, I love American Gangster.
That's more realistic.
Yeah, but it's the hubris in it. The way journey. It's the jacket that gets him on the radar. I absolutely love it. Like,
not just the jacket though. It's also like, the police are looking at him thinking, how the fuck did that Nigel get so close to the ring?
That's what I mean. It's that he puts himself, he takes himself from being a businessman to being a pimp, or whatever the terminology is. He puts himself out in public. And in Paid in Full, that's what their motivation is.
But the thing is, though, I think the reason this film works, especially if you're a young person you're looking at all these guys who are they're making all this money, and all it is it's all about the materialism and stuff. And for me, this film, watching it as a young person, it shows you that's not the life to go down. And look what happens to you when that's your only motivation.
Is it?
Yeah, because at least Avon Barksdale's character, at least
he gets out.
He gets out. He's the smart one out of the three. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, no, that's an interesting point. But so it is a kind of morality tale in that. Like, you could argue it's difficult to say if it's a tragedy or a morality tale. But I think, I've got to give it to you. I think that's a good point, because I've watched this as a fully grown, like almost fully grown big girl now. And I understand all of this. But when I was younger, like, I am such a peasant that what we used to covet, was who had the biggest stick.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up in the countryside, we would someone would come around and show you a stick they'd found. Like, amazing. So I wasn't really, like, even in, like, Corby's a sort of working class Irish and Catholic town. I know I don't have the accent anymore, but you should go there one day. I'll take you around one day, Tyrone. Okay. It is mental, that place. Everyone speaks that way. And it's just sort of, honest to God, it's a sort of like Glaswegian, slightly Irish. It's nice. So weird. Like, Yabba could not believe that I was from Corby when I told him, but I am. But I left at like 11 or something, so I managed to pick up this beautiful accent instead. But like, there wasn't a lot of flashiness in these kind of places. So I've never really been like, and I certainly have wasn't like near the poverty line or anything growing up. But I didn't consider that this is, because It is childlike, this film, and
Yeah.
maybe that recontextualizes it, where the point is that it's not. I think you might be right now I think about it, because one scene that really pissed me off is where they're driving in a car and everyone's hooting and hollering and giving them value because they're in something expensive. And I thought, this is what a 9-year-old thinks the world is like.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, even me, let's say if I didn't have my MG, let's say if I was driving in a brand new Ferrari.
Ooh,
Let's say,
MG.
let's say if I was driving a brand new Ferrari in my area, I know people would give me second glances and they'd be like, "Who's that?" Because that's what.
Yeah.
Sadly, that's what the world we live in now. People are materialistic and
Yeah, no,
they value things that don't mean anything. Like
I'm a tremendously shallow man, as you know, and you know I've been admiring myself because ever since I got Nova virus, like I've lost a couple of kilograms and I look good. Like I'm back to that kind of heroin look that Sarah doesn't like me having, but I like, you know, I like seeing all my bits. You know, I don't want an X-ray. I want to be able to look and see all my organs.
Yeah.
But I, you know, I love wearing nice clothes. Like, you know, I like feeling of value when I'm walking.
The clothes,
around.
I understand the clothes and stuff, and don't get me wrong, having a nice watch is alright.
Yeah,
I mean these
it
guys
does feel
wear
different, though,
Rolexes,
doesn't it?
of
Like
course,
clothes,
yeah.
it feels more personal. It's like with a car and stuff, I don't really care. Like I'm not interested in that kind of materialism. Like, you know, I drive a car that a lot of people make fun of.
Your mini, you got a mini, yeah. Mini.
No, I don't have a mini. You keep saying this. I have Land Rover Defender. I have like a farmyard vehicle, basically.
Well, mate, a Land Rover is pretty badass.
It is. This is 10 years old, like though, and it's not like a fancy inner city, like it's, you know, it's a farm car, and it's really good, and I like
better
it.
than a Range Rover. Range Rovers get nicked too often. So.
Yeah, like those stupid ones. Like it's not an SUV. It's like it's basically a kind of army truck.
Okay.
But you know, I have you know, Mr. B always used to laugh at me because I have a 10-year-old iPhone.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, and it's just for my WhatsApp football group. If you want to talk to me, fax me. I'm not interested. But I'm not interested in that kind of materialism. You know, I like practicality and things that last a long time and stuff.
I'm surprised your phone's still working because mine's slowing down now. Your phone must be slow.
But you don't talk to people anymore on the phone, do you?
True.
It's just messaging and stuff like that. So it's just, I don't, you know, like when people pull out these sort of like credit card black things with just a massive camera sellotape to it, I just think, ugh. You know, I'm not, that sort of like, I suppose, sort of electronic consumerism has never really been for me.
They're a bit overrated, the iPhones now. It's the same bloody phone every year when they bring out a new one. Not worth it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that the original iPhones were genuine. It was quite exciting. I mean, I still sometimes look at the. Yes, Bilal, good. I like that. Bilal, are you into sort of materialistic things and like not creature comforts? But I'm realizing I'm a massive hypocrite because I'm sat here saying I'm not into consumer electronics, and I've built a very expensive home cinema this summer. So that kind of defeats my point. But
yeah, but at least you built it yourself. You made it yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's more like, I suppose it's the difference between status symbols and something that you use and take pleasure from. So it's like, have you seen American Beauty? Not American Beauty, American Psycho.
No, but my brothers have seen it and they keep telling me to watch it.
It's all right. I wouldn't say it's a great film. It's just like, one of the big things in it is that they're so shallow that they get competitive over their business cards. Right,
okay.
You know, like, and so that's what and it's just a status symbol. No, you're not really into all of that kind of stuff. That's what. So how did that affect you, Bilal? Seeing a film where, I suppose, if we're being generous, we would say it's the American dream, isn't it? Getting rich and buying loads of stuff. Like that's what I think the American dream is. 5-year-old. Yeah, I mean,
it's mental though. You know, like when you kind of look into the lives of these people and you actually research and you find out how much these guys were making, it was ridiculous money.
yeah, but all of that has been sucked out of their communities.
Yeah.
Is the thing is that we hold them up like Robin Hood as folklore
Yeah.
and stuff. But like there was, since we're all loosely connected by Manchester. I mean, do you know the Noonan family?
I've heard of them. I don't know them that well, but yeah.
They ended up basically running sort of like alongside with and Shaw. Like basically they ran Manchester and they did it by being bouncers essentially and controlling the drugs trade starting there. Like, getting their men on the door and things like that. And I've always thought that would be a really interesting story. 'Cause I think one of the Noonans was gay as well.
Okay.
Which is always, as we said with our film with Tom Hardy, The Craze. I always think that's actually genuinely. I don't think making someone gay is actually that interesting a lot of the time, but I do think it is with sort of gangsters and things like that because
it took me a long time to watch that.
What, The Craze?
Not the Craze, Legend with Tom Hardy. I loved it. Good film.
It's a brilliant film. It is quite cartoony as well, but in a different way. But Bilal, I think I don't want to dox you, but I believe you're in that part of the world, aren't you? Like, so that's what I mean. Is it's like sort of these figures become like folklore. Like, is it like Frank Lucas in it in American Gangster? Is he the guy that did like Thanksgiving?
No, the guy who done well, he did do it eventually, but it was Bumpy Johnson before him.
Bumpy Johnson, thank you. Look, talk to me about Baltimore. Don't like that's. I know. I know Chocolate City. I don't know New York City.
It's funny you mentioned the Noonans, but there was another gangster back in the day from Liverpool. I'd love them to make.
I think I know you mean. Is he the one with the photographic memory?
Yeah, Curtis Warren. Yeah, I'd love them to do a film with him. That would be amazing.
The Gooch Gang.
Yeah, I've heard of them. I've heard of them.
Yeah. I've heard of them. Like, I would love that. Maybe we could just start a true crime podcast based on Manchester gangs.
They had a Birmingham gang as well called the Burger Bar Boys. They were quite rough.
I've never heard of that. There's that. I remember the Somalian one in London because of. Do you remember when like they beat that guy up on the street and it was filmed? There was like 40 people. I've asked you about this before. I remember you don't remember it, but I mean, like, because what used to happen near me is I'd say like maybe 45 minutes away. The places like Peterborough and Stamford. Like, I think you'd know. Like, I'm sure people would know those towns. Certainly Peterborough, and they got kind of like taken over by gangs from London that would just come up for the day and sell everything and then fuck off, and they never caused any real problems. Is this what HNC? I'm not familiar with HNC.
I'm thinking it might be a racist gang.
Do you think it might be something Nigel's?
Yeah, I don't think he wants to say what it means. I don't know what it means, but
yeah, like obviously, but Bilal, if it's a racial slur, like obviously don't say it. But like, look, we're all grown ups and we understand that these words exist and that you're not using them in a context to be insulting to people. Like, don't like, it's not 2017 where you can't say anything without having to apologize for it. Like, we're all grown adults. We all understand what your intentions and stuff. Or at least, some of us are partially grown, like me, because everyone thinks I'm small and bold, and it's annoying me. But yeah, like, so when you talk about 50 Cent doing Paid in Full, I reckon it will be awesome because the thing that I like the most is the come up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, when you see biographies and it's, I don't know, just as an example, I use Elton John. I'm not interested in when Elton John is famous. I'm interested in when he's trying to make it. That's always the most interesting part for me. And so when you told me that this was about the come up, I could not believe that the come up was he works in a dry cleaners, meets Puss in Boots, and then he runs the block. I was like, that's like, It's like sort of seeing a Spider-Man film and not the bit where he's playing with his powers.
Yeah, because it's like there was no apart from the scene where he gets robbed, he's not in any danger in the film.
Yeah, there's no threat, is there? Because Calvin is meant to be a threat, but you just don't take him seriously, do you? Like, you know, and obviously Cameron is a threat.
That's the thing. This is why I disagreed with Bilal when he said that his performance wasn't good. I kind of, when I first watched it, I could tell he was going to be the rotten one out of the lot. You could just tell that he was dangerous, not to be trusted.
Yeah,
I liked his performance. I thought he'd done it really well.
I thought it was really good as well. I thought his entrance was bloody stupid.
Oh, what, when he's helping him fight in the prison?
No, I mean obviously that's. I would say that even that isn't really realistic. You know, you don't start. I suspect that you don't start fights like that for no reason. And if you're starting a fight for a reason, then you plan it a little bit. But obviously that kind of stuff does happen. That's kind of what I expect, to be honest. Just a bit of silliness. But the bit I'm talking about is where he's doing wheelies on the motorbike on the street.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I laughed at those bits just for the entertainment factor.
Yeah, this is just so fucking stupid. Like, it's like the Lone Ranger or something. Everyone's like, oh my God, who's that? And he's at the end of the street on his bike and it like rears up like a horse and then he just comes flying down it. And I'm sure, I mean, I've seen this in Rocky, I think. Like, you know, Creed, actually.
There's go on.
Yeah, so I think it's something that people do. Do you know what I mean? Like, but it's just the way it's done. Like here, and then he's like, "Yo," and like Avon's like, "Yeah," and he went, "Oh, I know your man in prison." He's like, "Oh yeah," and he went, "Okay, you're my number one muscle now. Let's go and sell some." Like, fuck off.
I thought it was quite funny the bit where what happened. So yeah, you've got like Avon's been shot. And then you've got like Calvin.
In the head.
But Calvin's just sat in the he's just sat in his car with some prostitute. Yeah. And then he's like, What's up, Kermit? And you can just hear this little scream and the
that was quite funny.
Is
he calling him Kermit, as in like the Muppet?
Kermit the Frog, yeah.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Okay. That was funny. Because it's just so stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but like I don't know. I mean, even the opening scene had me a little bit worried. I think it's actually quite a good scene in what it's trying to do, where it's very clear that Cameron is the antagonist in that scene.
Yeah. When they're placing bets and putting 5,000 on the table, like it's nothing.
Yeah. And I think it illustrates that they've got loads of money. I think that Mekhi Phifer says, the richest one of us here is the one with no money, about Avon Barksdale. And I think that was quite good. But once again...
They don't value money.
Well, no, it wasn't that. It was that it wasn't heightened reality. It was cartoonishness. It was like these people in real life would never really meet inside. Like they'd be scared of being bugged and stuff. That's why I thought it was quite cool that a lot of the stuff was done on a basketball court.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that Cameron came on the basketball court at the end to kind of get caught, as it were.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that Mekhi Phifer never came on the court. You know, it shows like separation and things like that. I think that was I thought that was actually one of the better parts of the filmmaking, which is why I when Made in Full comes out as a TV series, I will 100% watch it and review it with you, because I think there's so much potential for a really cool, interesting, exciting story here. But Paid in Full wasn't that.
Well, Damson Idris, I think he's one of the main actors in it, so he'll probably be Rich. He'll probably play Rich Porter. Because I think they're going to use the real names this time. It's not going to be fake names. They're going to use their real names, probably.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Oh, yeah, that's the guy I thought was Idris Elba's son in another...
Yeah.
Of my... Yeah. Like, I was... yeah. I wonder at this point... Sorry?
He went to Brunel, you know.
We talked about that the other day, didn't we? Backstage, about our alternate lives. Who's the best rapper turned actor? Do you know what? I'm gonna give you a crazy shout here. I think it's Eminem.
I like Ice Cube. Ice-T's pretty good. Ice-T?
Richard Blackwood.
Nah. I'm trying to.
I think I've said this before. I think Eminem's debut in 8 Mile is one of the greatest debut performances since Mekhi.
It was good, but he never kept it up. Yeah, I think that's the only thing he's ever done.
Yeah, it's amazing. Who's another good? I mean, Jamie Foxx. Would you count him?
He's brilliant. He is.
Yeah, but as a rapper.
No, I like him as an actor more than a music.
No, but would you say like because he's not even a rapper really, is he? He's a singer. Idris Elba, he's bloody useless as a rapper, in my opinion. He's also too old. Like this is one of the things that really drives me up the wall about rap, is that all the best rappers are too old and they're blocking new ones coming up.
Yeah.
Like how are you going to compete with like Eminem and Snoop and people? Like they've got to leave and let a new generation take over, or we're just going to get people with pink hair shouting nonsense.
I can't.
Like little, what's he called? Little Yachty or something.
I can't remember the name. Why isn't the name coming up to me? The one with the tattoo on his face.
6ix9ine.
Yeah, Takeshi 6ix9ine. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like the Instagram rappers have evolved, but essentially because the old guard won't fuck off.
Yeah.
And that's what it's. I actually feel the same about Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart. I think that they blocked so many like British actors like coming through from like Shakespearean background.
Yeah, 100%.
Like and the girls as well, like you know Judi Dench and people like that. I think that really we should be letting a new generation of Shakespearean actors try and do Hollywood.
Well, it's not just that. I remember I saw her in James Bond, and I was thinking, when is M going to be a young woman again? I was thinking, when are they going to go back?
She's never been a young woman.
Hasn't she?
It's cute. She plays like. Are you getting confused between Moneypenny and M?
No. I was thinking. I've got you now. So she's always been that age. She's always been an old woman.
No. So Moneypenny isn't who Judi Dench is playing. Judi Dench is playing the head of MI6.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'd like to see M the earlier. I'd like to see her what she was like.
It's an old man in the earlier ones, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah. Like I mean, because is it? Like, I'm not huge into James Bond. I don't really like it to be honest. But like, I think is it Ralph Fiennes is the new one.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. Is that I would like because like when you talk about sort of great young British actors. I mean, who are you looking at? Are you looking at Idris Damon? Are you looking at Tom Holland? Like, where are the really talented, like Shakespearean actors coming from that this country produces? Where are the young ones?
They're still doing theatre. They're just on the theatre circuit.
They should be given a chance. Like, you know, my love of friend of the family, Matt Smith.
Some people are happy doing theatre, though. You know.
I know, but I just think that like in terms of like the rappers and the actors, I think we've got to this point where we're not being given access to new exciting talents. We're just being given like you know like you've got Macklemore trying to start beef with Eminem, and you know, and Eminem comes back and it's great and stuff. But do you remember what it was like when Eminem's original album came out, or when Stormzy's original album came out, or when there was like even like Lady Gaga, there was like this amazing new talent, and you were like, holy shit. Like, when was the last time that happened?
It's been a while.
Like, yeah, I mean,
I think music has changed. You know, since Spotify came and stuff, I think music has changed, unfortunately. And I think because of streaming, streaming and stuff, the reason we don't see a lot of people in Hollywood, a lot of stuff is on the streaming networks now. So you have to have all these subscriptions, and there's like 100 things to watch.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Bilal. The name's Bilal. James Bilal, Agent 6M. There's a guy called, do you know the famous dwarf, Warwick Davis?
Yeah.
Do you know Warwick Davis, for 30 years, has been trying to make a film called Agent 3.5?
See,
I've always wanted to know what that film was like. I bet you it would be so good because I actually think he's genuinely a really good actor.
Toxic Avenger's good.
Is that the one from Game of Thrones?
Yeah, Peter Dinklage.
I don't
Brilliant.
like Peter Dinklage.
I thought he was one of the best actors in the
He's
show.
brilliant in Game of Thrones, but he's an insufferable prick.
Is he?
Yeah, he can't. I mean, like, I know that I'm going to call them the small people. I'm so sorry if this is the wrong term to use. It might be little people, but all the dwarf actors can't stand him because he constantly speaks to the dwarf community and says that like there shouldn't be dwarfs in things like Snow White, and it's taking acting jobs away from his people. And whenever he's interviewed and stuff, he's a bit like Harrison Ford. He just annoys me. I can't stand Harrison Ford either. Insufferable. I don't like him.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, I know loads of people love him, but I don't like Mark Hamill either. Like they're just too I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really, that's the thing, because I've not watched him in many interviews, I probably wouldn't know much of him, but when I found out he was the voice of the Joker, I thought, wow, that's talent, man. Brilliant.
I don't watch stuff like that. I played Arkham Knight and he was the Joker in that and he was pretty good, but it was
he's always been the Joker for the cartoons, but the voice acting's fantastic. Love it.
Yeah, he's shit in Star Wars, to be honest.
And I always I've always had a respect for voice actors, especially when I played Last of Us for the first time. It was just incredible.
Oh, Troy Baker is such a dickhead as well. He plays Joel in The Last of Us.
Troy Baker, I thought he was all right.
Brilliant performance. Brilliant performance. He's just a dickhead in real life.
Oh, didn't know that.
He's so unbearable because, as you know, I love The Last of Us franchise.
Yeah.
And when it came out, I think The Last of Us Part 2 is a masterpiece. It's a very divisive game, and it's one that people sort of say is like woke and has like transgender people in it for box ticking and stuff. I don't think that's the case. But...
My mate loves that game.
Yeah, I love it as well, but people genuinely hate it because basically Joel dies very early in the game. But when it came out, the way Troy Baker acted was he was just telling us what we should think, which, as you know, is something that I don't like. I should be free to make up my own mind on stuff, and I'm not into conspiracy theories and all that kind of stuff. I don't like Americans telling me what to think, basically.
Yeah.
But he also did all this AI stuff for voiceovers, which once again is bringing the drawbridge up on people that are trying to make it.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
That's what I absolutely hate. I think that social mobility and working mobility is so vitally important that people should get the chance to do things. And so with rappers, actors, voice actors, I get really annoyed when I feel they're bringing up the drawbridge. It's just completely against art for me to do that.
But the thing I don't like about acting, and the reason it's quite hard to make it, a lot of the time it's a class issue. It's not even a race issue. It's about who's got the money, like who's gone to the best schools, unis, that sort of stuff.
Exactly. You can correct me on this, but I think that class is a bigger issue than race in the UK.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
This is why I don't like importing things like the Nigel word from America, because I think we get distracted with the wrong problems. Where, like, obviously we are now beginning to come into race issues in this country with the rise of like this idea of remigration and things. But this country has always had an embedded class system, and that has always been the thing that needs to be addressed through social mobility. So, like, I don't really think it. I mean, like, we've had, Rishi Sunak, and we've had, like, women be the leaders of this country, but none of them, like, even no matter what Mekhi said, none of them were really sort of like working class.
Yeah.
No. And I think that's the issue. I think 100% correct is that it's about class and not about anything else here.
And that's why, because I did listen to the, I know we're getting off topic, but that's why I listened to the Overlap episode with John Barnes. And he was very correct when he said,
what class is John Barnes?
Black middle class. And he
said he's upper class.
Black upper class, shall I say.
Yeah. And
it's
do you
like,
see how different he is to someone like Raheem Sterling, who
yeah,
he
yeah, yeah,
often
yeah.
fights with?
Mm.
Like, yeah, I completely agree with you. Like, I do.
Mm.
I know I shouldn't like John Barnes, but I do love John Barnes.
I'm sure he called himself middle class though. I don't know why, but yeah.
He said
upper
he was
class.
from an elite family.
Mm.
He said he came here as an elite Jamaican, and that's why he didn't care about what a lot of people were saying and things. It's just he's a bit like, actually, Bilal has brought up James Milner as well, who is another person that I have a massive amount of respect for. I love James Milner, but he's played for every single football club I hate. Newcastle, Brighton, Leeds, Liverpool.
Yeah, every single one.
Do you know what I mean? He's ticked every box there, and I've said this a lot. What a formative experience I had was meeting James Milner at Alton Towers. Like, where I didn't even really meet him. I just saw he was the only person that didn't have an ice cream.
Mm.
And I think it was, I can't remember. I might actually have this one. I'm absolutely convinced it was him and Gareth Barry, and I think Lee Hendry. But I don't want to be, who's that guy? HMRSC or whatever. Someone told me that they never actually played with each other, but I thought it was Lee Hendry. But him and Barry were definitely there, and one of them didn't, and one of the other guys who was a footballer had an ice cream, and those two didn't.
I know for a fact Gareth Barry wouldn't have. He was always professional.
He is the player with the most outfield performances in the Premier League. James Milner is still playing, and I am still playing because I saw them not have an ice cream. So I love James Milner.
He taught you well.
Yeah, I always bring up the James Milner ice cream story. It's like my sliding doors moment. I could have been like really fat if that hadn't have happened. Yeah, John Barnes' family was. I think, if I recall, Bilal, and maybe you can correct me, Tyrone, John Barnes' father was very high up in the army.
He was, yeah.
He got sent to Sandhurst or Sandringham, whatever it is, basically because he wouldn't support a coup.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm not. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
It might have been Manley who sent him away. I think it was Manley.
Who's Manley? Is he President of Jamaica?
Yeah, Michael Manley was the one who sent him away, I believe.
Michael Mann, wicked, good director. He's doing Heat Part 2. Yeah, but yeah, I think like so because he was talking about class as well, John Barnes.
Yeah, he basically explaining why all the things people were calling him they just went through one ear and out the other, because obviously he thought, yeah, but you probably can't read and write. I'm better than you anyway. Who cares what you think?
Yeah, I kind of have a similar view. Like, that's why a lot of the time I don't get bothered by what people say on YouTube and stuff. It's just.
But his dad was the main reason he made it, because I think when he was playing football at a lower level, his dad said, all right, you're not professional, but you've got to make sure you do your jogging. You've got to stay disciplined to what you did. And then by the time he went to Watford, he was basically on par with all the players there because he'd been keeping himself fit.
That's it. Be prepared. I always have, my boots and a tracksuit in my car, in the Defender, just in case there's an emergency call from United and they need me to come and play left back or something.
Well, I'm pretty sure you could come in and do a better job than Ugarte.
Normally I would say that that's a joke, but the issue is I couldn't do worse. That's the
issue. Mate, when he came on, right?
Oh, no.
Seriously, I have to say it. When he came on, oh, my God, it was an embarrassment. He looked like he looked like a Sunday league player coming in, playing in the Premier League team and not knowing what to do.
He looked like a competition winner.
Yeah. I don't know how he made it as a footballer.
Do you remember that story about Harry Redknapp, how he called someone out of the stands? Someone in the stands was making fun of one of his strikers.
Yeah.
And the guy came on and scored or something like that. It's like the opposite with Ugarte. He's actually playing.
Yeah.
No V to wind us up. That's who I was actually going to reference when I say, Bilal, I don't care what people say on the internet and stuff. Yeah. It's that it doesn't bother me. I've been, in the back of my mind, I've been thinking, if someone came up to me on the street and said, you've got shit hair or something like that, it would worry. It would bother me. I think. I think I'd be more upset by the fact they thought it was okay to do that rather than the content of what they were saying.
People
I
shouldn't.
don't.
People. V's probably the most polite person in real life to your face. He's probably the nicest guy in the world. That's the scary thing.
Yeah, I hope so. Like you can't act like that in real life. I mean, we all we're all in some ways children of the internet, and we understand that it is a kind of heightened reality.
Yeah.
You know, like every story's a little bit embellished. Everyone's a little bit more than they are in real life and stuff. Like, you know, I was telling you earlier about the problems I have with like outer Darius and inner Darius in my day-to-day dealings, where I can't just be mental like I can on the internet. Blau, you fucking love talking about Pitbull. I love Pitbull as well, but this obsession of bringing up Mr. Worldwide is really like I was in Jarvis's chat the other day, Tyro, and Blau was talking to me, no problem, talk about Mr. Worldwide and stuff, and then out of nowhere he said, "Don't make me watch a kids' film," and I was like, "Blau, people have no idea what they're doing here. Like, what do they think of us? Blau, like they think that I'm making you do stuff."
Yeah.
Like, I don't want Stu reporting me to the police.
Yeah.
But it is funny, the internet, innit?
Yeah.
Right, next week I'm going to give you a really easy film. I don't know how we're going to discuss it because it is so bloody stupid, but you're going to really enjoy it. Tropic Thunder.
Yes.
I can't believe you haven't seen it.
I've been meaning to see it for years, just never got around to it. Because I like Ben Stiller.
Do you?
Yeah, I do like. I've seen a few of his films.
It's got a really impressive cast. This it's got it's even got like Steve Coogan in it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
Oh, it's really. I mean, I actually have a very vague connection with the guy that wrote the film. I vaguely know someone who went to dinner with him once.
Oh, okay.
And I asked him if he could, like, and this was maybe about a year and a half ago. It's a guy called Mark Jeffries is the guy that I know. You can find him on Twitter.
Okay.
He's very into Lord of the Rings, which is
Okay,
how
cool.
I know him. And he's a very impressive chap, actually. He used to be on board of directors with Elon Musk.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, he's so it's. I've always found it really weird that like he talks to me about Lord of the Rings, but he just loves Lord of the Rings.
You really do move in some really good circles, Bath Time. Love it.
Yeah, well, he actually like has written a series of books that have done quite well. So I've been chatting to him about that recently. But I do a lot of this is in DMs. You'll see me occasionally replying to him publicly.
Okay.
But he's very crypto brained at the moment, Mark, like, and has been. Yeah, he actually
invested.
Yeah, I mean I don't know if he's definitely like 10-figure like net worth. He started the first ever chat room on the internet and stuff like that. He's a really interesting guy. I might actually one day like if we ever get this like to more than just me and you chatting with Bilal. Like i.e. if we get a bit of an audience and things like that, I'll invite him on one day because
that'd be good. Yeah.
He's really interesting. But he told me, I asked him if he could ask the guy who wrote Tropic Thunder how would he even like write a treatment for this in today's day and age, and he said that it was basically Robert Downey Jr. was coming back from addiction and all these things. Like, do you remember he was thrown into a recovery center or something before like Iron Man?
Yeah, well, a lot of stuff happened that could have messed up his career, but he came back from it.
Yeah, well, I think it was almost impossible. It was almost impossible to get insurance for a film Robert Downey Jr. was in for a while because he was so unreliable and things. Yeah, we're streaming next week, Bilal. Tyrone runs this channel, and he's just not very good at details at the moment. So you put the wrong date down, Tyrone.
Did I? No. The 16th isn't the 16th next Monday.
No, it's the 9th next Monday.
Oh, I'll have to check. I'll change it.
Yeah, yeah. I also don't like you putting the show up early because, well, it's not. It's not. I don't like it. It's that like I like revealing what the film is on the day.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like I know it's probably. I mean, Bilal would probably prefer it, but I think it's much cooler for the film to be a reveal, especially when it's something that no one's going to watch. Like, what was that film that literally no one watched the show on? Moon
Emily.
Man.
Oh, Moon Man. Yeah.
Yeah, no one watched it. Like, I know you tried, Bilal, but like, so if we put up, Moon Man next week, I just think that no one's going to bother. But anyway, right. So this guy Mark told me that he spoke to the writer of Tropic Thunder, and the guy basically said that they never thought it was going to get made. It was Ben Stiller and Downey Jr. that pushed it, and he genuinely couldn't believe that they actually did it because, as you know, I'm sure, do you know the character Downey Jr. plays in it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've seen the pictures. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, he's an Australian who's been dyed black.
Mm.
A bit like in Bubba Hotep, actually. Because they dyed JFK black in that. But it's like honestly, it's not just like shock value. It's a genuinely a very funny film with a lot of ridiculous stuff in it. Like, do you know the guy? I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's an extremely famous actor in it playing against type, and if you don't know who it is, try not to find out who it is until you see the film.
No, I'm gonna watch it with I'm gonna watch it with a fresh perspective. I'm not looking into it.
Have you haven't seen it before though, yeah?
I've never seen this film.
So I find that so crazy. It was just such a big when it came out. It was like it felt like a bit of an event, just how crazy it was to see.
Me and my friends were meant to go cinema and watch it. We never got round to it. So.
I watched it in Uruguay of all places.
Bloody hell.
Bilal, why are you not around next week? Oh, I didn't like explain yourself.
You've got an appointment, brother.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Because what we could do is I could if you want to watch and discuss like Tropic Thunder, I could change the film so like you don't miss it, I suppose. Or do you want to watch it? Let's watch Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Anything else? I'm watching a very good TV show called Le Bureau.
I'm just looking forward to the new Paid in Full series. I reckon 50 Cent will do it justice.
Is it being made or is it in production?
When
can I see it?
I think it's coming out in the next few weeks because the trailer's already.
No way.
I'll send you the trailer. All
right, I'll tell you what. How about this? When it's finished, do you want to do a review of it?
Yeah, we can do.
Like of season 1?
Yeah.
Or we could do it, or I don't mind doing week by week.
Week by week's cool. You know what I'm like? I'm easy, man. I'm easy, brother. I'm easy. I don't mind what we do.
Yeah, because I really want a TV show to review, but I want it to be one where we don't know the story, basically.
Okay.
And do you know what I mean? I love speculation in TV shows.
You know what shows I found rubbish? I tried to get into it. Last of Us. Don't like it. Crap.
Yeah. I think like I sometimes watch those kind of shows because they've got all the latest technology and I can use it to check that my TV and sound system is sorted correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not very good, is it? Like
what a disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Bella Ramsey is a very good pick for Ellie, to be honest.
Neither do I, and I'm not being nasty. She's just not. Yeah, she ain't.
Yeah, I understand. When you say not being nasty, I understand what you mean because she's physically very removed from what Ellie is, and I think she plays young Ellie perfectly fine. But in season 2, where she's meant to be a 20-year-old woman.
Exactly.
She's still acting like she's 14 and she still looks too young, and it's it feels because she's a nepo baby. I think Bella Ramsey.
Doesn't surprise me, mate.
I think her dad is someone very high up at HBO or company.
See,
And
this is the problem with the business, my friend. You just get fed up of watching the same people on TV all the time.
yeah, and that's what I was going to say. And the other thing is, I've got a bit of Pedro Pascal fatigue, to be honest.
Yeah, I've seen
He
him.
just seems to be in everything.
Yeah, it's just you get bored. You do.
Yeah, I love him in Narcos. I love him in Game of Thrones.
A Mandalorian.
Not a Star Wars guy. I think
okay.
he's, like. But the thing is he just seems to be in fucking everything.
I know.
I feel the same about Idris Elba, to be honest.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I remember when he was in everything, and I just turned it off. I thought, not again.
Like even in the commercial breaks on the telly, he'd fucking pop up and tell me, I've tried to be watching United, and Idris Elba would turn up and start telling me to buy a new TV. Like, fuck off, Stringer Bell.
Yeah,
I had enough of you.
I don't want Sky TV. Fuck off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Isn't it awful that Sky have never made a fucking decent British TV programme?
It's a disgrace.
Have they made? They haven't, have they? There's never been like a really good one from Sky.
Never.
That is so disappointing, But that can't be true. She's not a Russian gymnast.
So she basically did the opposite of Lionel Messi. My brother, he's so pro Ronaldo, right? He's like, he'll say.
How old is your brother before?
He's about 20 now, but like he'll be
fine. Okay, I was worried you were going to say like, 30s or 40s.
No, he'll just always say stuff like, Ronaldo is clearer of Messi, and he said Messi cheated because of the whole growth hormone thing. And I said, well, he had to. He's like, yeah, but it's still cheating technically.
This is what COVID did to our generation. How old was he when COVID started? Was he 16?
Yeah,
15?
Yeah, something.
Yeah, that's what it's done. Is that you got 20-year-olds arguing about Messi and Ronaldo? Give me a break. Like, I mean, I see it on Twitter, and I'm like, these people have to be 11 or something. This is like me when I genuinely would have arguments with people that the original Ronaldo was better than Alan Shearer or something, and I'd be really invested in it. And they'd go, "Oh yeah, but you don't watch Ronaldo, and we see Shearer every week."
Yeah.
And I'm right. Ronaldo is a fuck of a lot better than Alan Shearer, even though Alan Shearer is probably one of the most underrated footballers we've ever produced.
I loved Alan Shearer. I used to love Robbie Fowler as well.
I found him hard to like.
Not as a person, as a player. I loved him as a player though.
He owns half of fucking Manchester, Robbie Fowler.
Yeah, he's done a lot. He's done well with his money.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, interesting that, isn't it? Like, you ever hear what happened to Flamini?
No, but I heard what happened to Louis Saha. His missus took everything. And Wes
It's good. Don't like Louis Saha.
Why not?
Because he just goes around biting people.
No, Suarez, you mean?
Oh, Saha?
Yeah, Saha.
Saha?
Yeah. Louis Saha.
Oh, I liked him a lot. He had I think that him and Fellaini are the two players that have the best ball control on their chest that I've ever seen.
He was incredible, Saha. If injuries didn't get him, he was so good for us.
I think Gary Neville said that he basically just went and told Fergie to buy Saha after they played against him. I think that, like how Bastian Schweinsteiger kind of has this second career as a Manchester United fan, and people seem to like him a lot. I always think that Louis Saha should get a hell of a lot more respect from United players.
He was a great player, though.
I preferred him to Berbatov, to be perfectly honest.
I did, but I preferred him to Ruud van Nistelrooy as well, just because of the pace in behind.
Yeah, it's more his hold-up play was so good. Sorry, Bilal, we're boring you.
See you later, Bilal. Take care, man.
Thank you for tuning in. We do appreciate it. It's nice. It's like, so otherwise we should just, I could just ring up Tyrone and have these conversations with him. But yeah, we should probably end it there and maybe do a space about football at some point this week.
We've got to, yeah.
Yeah, because I want Delo apologies.
You're not going to get that. But
I'll give you. I mean, I've given you a Dorgu one.
true.
He's overhated, Delo. I don't get it. It's got to be the United Stand or something driving it.
No, but you've got to admit that under Amorim, he was awful.
Not awful.
I thought he was.
No, like the thing is, right, is that he was our player of the season 2 years ago, or fans player of the season. I think it's always Bruno who wins player of the season, but he's not a bad player, and he wasn't very good in a really poor team. I don't think he was any worse than the rest of them.
No, he wasn't any worse. He wasn't, but he was really bad. Sadly.
That's the thing. I don't think he was. I don't think he was. Like I get people gravitate towards blaming everything on a player because it's what social media does. Like I can absolutely guarantee you that every single YouTube program tonight is about how United should have spent all our transfer budget on someone. Do you know what I mean? Like just utter moronic thinking. Actually, I'll talk about this another time. It's not what we're here for.
We should definitely. We're going to end the stream at the moment. Just going to thank Bilal and anyone else who came in. Thank Bart for coming in. We're speaking about Paid in Full. I think the film definitely has flaws, but I'm giving it a 6. Well, no, not a 6. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10.
Are you really?
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about the film was the bit at the end, because at the bit at the end he kind of sets up Rico, and that's something that didn't happen in real life.
Didn't it?
No, and he kills Mitch in the stairwell.
Yeah.
Like in real life, that was because Rich Porter was taking money from Alpo Martinez. He was robbing.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Like, I know this isn't the real story, and I'd be very surprised if it was him that shot him as well. To be honest.
No, well, apparently, I think he's the real guy that Rico is based on died. He got shot. He's dead now. But he said the reason he took out Rich Porter was because he was getting robbed, and it happened in a car as well. It didn't happen.
Exactly. It's a lot of this is just fantasy redone to try and give, like, they're basically trying to make a black Goodfellas or a black Scarface, and sell it to mainstream America as a morality tale. So, not for me. Look, I don't think that your opinion on film is anything I judge people on. This is a 3 out of 10 for me. I think it's
fair enough.
It's. I tell you what. I've given all my reasons why. I think that the main performance from Avon Barksdale isn't very good, but mainly it's because of all the issues I've been through, where this is cartoony. I think that morally, it's very, very inconsistent. I think it paints a romanticized view of idealized drug dealing, and I think it's insulting to the audience, a lot of what it tries to get away with, and it's not gritty or realistic enough for the source material for me.
Oh, fair enough.
But I know it's your favorite film ever.
No, not favorite film ever, but I thought it was all right.
I know. Yeah, no, you like it.
I found it entertaining.
Like, look, I will probably put on. There's a film that I know is absolute bollocks that I really like, and it's completely out of character for me to like this film. We'll watch it at some point, and I know that people probably give it a 2 out of 10 or a 3 out of 10. But so it's okay to have different. I can live in a world where me and you have a different opinion on a film, Tyrone.
Cool, man.
All right, if you're watching. If you found us for some reason and you think that we're not boring idiots, let us know. Let us know in the comments and stuff like that. At some point, we're going to need some film recommendations because we're going to absolutely blaze through 3 or 4 films from Tyrone's list. I think in Wartober. Or whatever. We've got loads of war films that I think all line up well. So maybe after Easter, you'll need to help Tyrone with some film recommendations. But yeah, thanks. Enjoyed that one, Tyrone.
Take care, guys. Have a good night.